How's it going, guys? It's Najam. Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to review the Google Pixel 4a. I've been using the Google Pixel 4a for months as my main phone, and it's come down in price. You can find it on eBay for about £130 refurbished, and I'd recommend this phone for anybody who's looking for a really good phone on a budget, because this is a few years old now. You have some other devices that have almost similar specs, but this is an actual Google phone. It's full Google. They've got the Pixel version of their own operating system on here, and you've got the features on here that you would find on Google Pixel phones. And so I'm just gonna talk about that, as well as the most stock Android experience. So let's take a look around the device. On the front you have the 5.8-inch OLED HDR display, which is absolutely amazing. You have a USB Type-C for charging, as well as stereo speakers. One is at the bottom and the other one is the speaker on the top over here. And it does have proper stereo speakers, and the sound quality is really nice. We might go into that in a bit. You do have a front-facing camera at the corner over there, and look at that nice glorious hole. On the side you have the power button as well as the volume up and down button, and this is a very nice quality phone. At the back you have as you can see, it's made fully of plastic. It's very simple. You have the one camera at the back over here. It's 12 megapixels, as well as with the flash, and you have the fingerprint sensor as well. The SIM card tray is over on the left side of the phone, and on the top of the device you do have a headphone jack, and I'm assuming that's a microphone. As far as the specs go, it has 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage, which is really nice for £130. 6 GB of RAM is what I would recommend as a minimum with Android 13, which is what this phone has. It has a HDR OLED display on the top. You have an 8 megapixel front camera as well as a 12 megapixel rear facing camera. You have 1 day's worth of battery life. The performance on this is with the 8-core Snapdragon 730G. So as you can see, with the Snapdragon 730G, it has 8 cores, and I've found it's a very efficient CPU. I have noticed it's not the fastest, but it doesn't stutter. So that's one of the experiences with Android on this phone, at least, is that it does not stutter. It's just very nice and smooth. I haven't really found any problems with the performance. It's not going to be groundbreaking, but it doesn't annoy you in any way, and it actually has decent performance for the price. Now the design is actually very nice. I actually like this design. It's very simple. As you can see, it is just a very simple design. You have curvy edges, you've got curved buttons. It seems to work really well with the Material U design that Android has now. So as you can see, if I go into the Google Mails app, as you can see, you have rounded buttons at the bottom. You've got, if you go into the settings, you've got rounded buttons here. You've go into the settings, and then you've got it's a very nice design. The user interface design seems a lot more unified now, and it works a lot better across multiple applications, and I do find that's very nice. It just feels a lot more professional, more like an iOS, which is more like an actual product, and this is getting closer to that. And you've also got some customizations. You've got a live wallpaper, as you can see on the back. That's very nice, and you can go ahead and change it. You can have different theme colors. I've got it on very nice. It's very nice. And you also have customized icons as well. Let's talk about the display. This has an HDR OLED display, which looks really nice, and for content consumption it's amazing. It is really awesome. If I go ahead and put it down, you have this always on sort of this display, which means you can just tap it and it does turn on. And it also has an extra dim option, which means it gets even dimmer, and you won't be able to see it very well, but if you're using it at night time, that is very cool. So let's go ahead and play some Ultra HD video. Gonna go ahead and change it to Ultra HD, and then you can zoom in. And the speakers are really nice as well. The stereo speakers. This audio in the video is not in stereo, but it does have stereo speakers. And this is also HDR as well, so the colors look really rich. For content consumption, I can't really say anything bad about it. It's a really amazing display. It really is. There is one thing I would like to know. While it does look amazing, it is a 5.8-inch display, so I wouldn't personally recommend it for watching movies or anything. Although it is a really good system. So you have HDR as well as OLED, and the tones and everything look really rich. It's really nice. And as well as the stereo speakers, one at the bottom, one at the top, it is really nice to have really nice audio as well. If you listen to it close up with the speakerphone, it does sound a little boomy, but if you step back a bit, it sounds normal, so I'm okay with that. As well as the call quality, which is also really nice. This is a Google phone and I didn't expect anything less. Now let's talk about the cameras. Google has their own processing in the cameras, which is awesome. Everybody knows that Google Pixel phones have really amazing JPEG processing. If I go into the settings over here, you can see that it allows you to shoot RAW, and this is one of the things I love about this phone. If you see down here, you have night sight. Now night sight allows you to take images. What it does is it takes multiple images and it blends them into one image, and you do get a raw file from that as well, and it'll give you an image with almost zero noise, which looks amazing. And if with the other Google Pixel phones that are out nowadays, I think because of the lens setup that they have, you probably won't need any pocket cameras or any DSLRs. It does have blur options with portrait mode and everything like that, which is really cool. And so you do get different options to make actual cameras less of a need. So, but that's another topic. I have no issues with the image quality. It's really nice. I'll just go ahead and show you some options. I'll go ahead and show you some examples as well. There's just one thing to note, because this is one of the cheaper alternatives to Google Pixel phones. You do have only one camera at the back with one lens, and that is about 28mm or 27mm equivalent with an aperture of f1.7. It's a nice lens. At the corners you do see a little bit of blurriness, but in the center it's really sharp. And so this is the only thing that I would note, that you are stuck with just one focal length. The other thing is, if you do zoom into 2x crop, it will crop out the actual image. So when you look at the raw file, it will, if I take this picture, if I go into it and if I show you the information, you can see it's actually less resolution than a 12 megapixel shot. So it is cropping in physically in the image, but you do get an actual raw image, which is awesome. It's about 3 megapixels, I believe. As far as the battery life goes, I'm really happy with it. It gets me through one whole day with a little bit of leftover, which is fine. And I have just normal use. I don't really do extensive things. I web browse a little bit, watch YouTube videos now and then. Just general mobile phone stuff. And now I'm gonna give you guys a conclusion. I highly recommend this phone above others at the same price range, even though they do have a different stack on the back. As far as cameras go, maybe they're better in terms of specifications. You do get an actual full sort of flagship experience on a phone for £130, which is really cool. You do get an amazing display. You get just really nice speakers. Overall, this is a really good device. It's a really good phone. I do recommend it as a main phone. I've been using it for months and it hasn't slowed down, unlike other Android phones where they start to stutter and lag and everything. This hasn't slowed down yet. So if you guys have any questions regarding this phone, ask me in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in another video.